Hello friends, it is Thursday. It's already afternoon already. I haven't gotten a whole lot accomplished today. Didn't have a very good night last night, so I've been moving kind of slow. You saw that I fixed my breakfast, and I also worked on finishing up another video this morning, so that won't be included in this, but I'm trying to remember what's going to be included in this video. The crop duster. It's crop duster season. I enjoy watching them. I just wish they weren't spraying chemicals. But anyway, I'm going to go out and we're going to do a little garden tour here, a little update on what's going on, and a chicken update. Olivia's going to help me clean the coop out. It was cleaned out on Saturday, but it's already disgusting. I was hoping we could wait clear till Saturday again, but it's not going to happen. So while she's gathering up what we need for cleaning out the chicken coop, let me show you the potatoes and what's going on in the garden up here near my house. This isn't my potatoes, obviously. This is my honeysuckle vine, and it is doing so good this year. The last couple of years it was kind of, I thought it was dying, but I think a bunch of the old growth was dying off and then a bunch of new growth was coming on, and so it didn't really blossom much. Oliver's upset because he's not out here with us, but I love the way honeysuckle smells. So pretty. And the bees like it too. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not going to get close to them, but there are a ton of bumblebees all over it.
How's that one laying like that?
Huh?
How's that one laying like that?
Just stretching out. So here they are. Big old huge monsters. They're actually old enough that I could let out in their yard, and I was going to do that this morning, but I saw, walking across our driveway, the most enormous possum I have ever seen in my life. And they're supposed to be nocturnal, but we don't know why he was up and about, but he just sauntered right across my driveway, and I thought, no, I'm not going to let these guys out today. But tomorrow they're going to go out into their yard because they definitely are big enough. If you guys have ever seen like Cornish hens in the store, that's about the size these guys are now. About 3 or 4 more weeks and they'll be in freezer camp. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move all these waters and feeders out of the way. Olivia's going to do the heavy lifting because my back just can't handle it. We're going to scoop all this yuck out. I scooped a little bit in a pile this morning, but it looks like they flattened it back out. But yeah, I'm going to scoop all this nasty out and put fresh wood chips down. Maybe I'll let them outside. What do you think, Olivia? Should I let them outside? All right, Olivia and I discussed it, and I'm gonna open up this door and I'm gonna let them go out if they want to. Because it's gotta happen sometime, and it looks like they're really interested in going out. I'm just gonna leave the door open and see if they go out on their own. They probably won't be too adventurous, but we'll see. All right, I gotta get this stuff out of the way so Olivia can get busy. We had a couple that were adventurous and jumped out, but then they jumped right back in. I think they'll slowly figure it out. Came out when I was cleaning the corner. There was quite a few that came out, and these two stayed out. I will go away so just don't freak out. certainly smells better in here. That is for sure. So I'm just going to leave that door open, and then tonight when we go to put them to bed, we'll just have to make sure they're all back in here. I tried counting them this morning, and I got a count of 44, which we were supposed to have 45. So I don't know, I probably just miscounted, or else they gave us one shy. They only gave us 49 chicks instead of 50. All right, this horrible job is done. Alright, now that Olivia's back in the house, Oliver's not barking, I can do a real quick, try to do a real quick tour of the garden. As you can see, some of our potatoes are starting to blossom. Had a very good crop of potatoes, at least a germination rate. Hopefully there's lots of root vegetables growing underground. My sister Becky got her sweet potatoes planted the other day. That one's by far the healthiest. And there's one there. And then there was just a bundle of roots with no greenery on it. And she thought, well, I'll just give it a try, and planted it. And that's where that stick is at. No visible greenery yet, but it was just a couple of days ago. Olivia got the carrots weeded. Made a really pretty good germination rate on the carrots. A little bit spotty here and there, but that's good. That's okay. I mean, much better than I thought it was going to do. All this weeds here needs to be tilled under, and then we're going to put cardboard down to try to keep the weeds under control. This tarp's here so that when my watermelons start vining, I'm going to train them to go on the tarp. We had a lot of rain last night, so it looks like this guy got a little bit beat up from the rain. Got 2 watermelons. My green peppers aren't doing real great. I think it's not warm, hasn't been warm enough for them for the last couple of weeks. They like it when it's like 80 degrees and above. And we've had mid-70s with a couple of hot days thrown in here and there. Got 1 watermelon in this pot. Reason why it's off to the side is because I did have 2, but the other plant died. Then I've got my squash and my zucchini, and this one has been putting lots of blossoms out. So hopefully we'll start getting some fruit off of those soon. All right, let's go up to the big garden. Well, the tomatoes are really going crazy. I haven't been over here in a few days, and since we got all that rain yesterday, Saturday, Scott and I came over and picked all the suckers and the bottom leaves off of the tomatoes and put some straw around them, try to keep it from getting blight. But I see here there are some leaves that are starting to touch the ground, so that's going to have to happen again. Got one lonely little kale plant, seems to be doing really well, and my little radishes, don't know if they'll produce anything. And the peppers that my sister planted, and it looks like something ate off one of her pepper plants. Oh joy. Over here she's just doing a little experiment with growing some sorghum. Just a couple little sorghum plants there. And then she planted some seed there, but they haven't germinated yet. This is our buttercup squash. It's doing really well. She's doing a fantastic job keeping the weeds out of this garden. My sister, she comes out I think every morning and hoes some cucumbers. They're starting to really grow. I think, if I remember right, I started these from seed. And I started them, I thought, too late, but they're doing really well. And some more squash. That zucchini, I started that from seed. It's doing really well. All the marigolds that I started from seed are doing fantastic. And yes, you see, we invested in a fence. After my sister transplanted the black-eyed peas, the green beans, and the corn, I think 2 or 3 times, we're like, all right, this is ridiculous. If we all pitch in together, we should be able to afford some kind of temporary fencing. And so that's what we did, and it appears that it's working, because I can see stuff wherever there's a soaker hose. There's a row of something planted, and it looks like it's doing fairly good. Now this fencing is kind of saggy. I think these poles need to be pounded into the ground a little bit more to make them more rigid. But yeah, that's doing really well. And then on that back side of the fence, I've got nasturtiums and my jicama planted there. The jicama, something got about half of what I planted before we got a chance to put the fence up. Originally, wherever you see a wooden stake is where I have planted a jicama plant. And just from my cursory glancing here, it only looks like maybe 3 or 4 of them survived. And only 1 nasturtium down here survived. But not too bad on this end. Whatever was eating them was starting at that end, working their way this way, as you can tell. Alright, I'm going to stop right here and interject an update on the garden. I am editing this video probably a week later, the day before I actually post it, because of my injury. If you don't know about that, go ahead and go onto my community page and read about it. But anyway, no, the rabbit fence didn't stop the rabbits at all. It actually had a picture on the fence saying it was supposed to stop rabbits, but the rabbits chewed holes through it and got in anyway. So I have bought some stuff that's rabbit repellent, and this is the stuff I got off of Amazon. It's supposed to be rabbit repellent. It has yet to arrive. It's supposed to be here, I think, next week, and we're going to try this. You're supposed to spray it around the garden, and the rabbits don't like the smell, and so they go away. If this doesn't work, I really don't know what we're going to do. We'll just probably have to give up, because aside from sitting out there and doing some rabbit hunting, I don't know what else to do. So it's just one of those things, and it's been an especially bad year this year for rabbits. Let's pick some strawberries. I picked them a couple of days ago, but I think after that big rain we had yesterday, the ones that were almost ripe are probably ripe. I see quite a lot in here. Since we pick these almost every day, let's not pick the ones that are not super red. Like this one could probably go another day, but I'll pick it. And when you pick them, you gotta like move branches and leaves and see, some of these are starting to get something eating them. The ones that are touching the ground.
They're nice and red and shiny.
Yeah.
And big.
This kills me. Absolutely kills my back. Oh gosh. Why do I have to have so many aches and pains?
Ah, you get out of there, yeah. really likes that.
We gave Jenny a strawberry that got yucky. Had bug holes and it was starting to get kind of yucko. She likes it. We had 2 of them. Oh yeah.
Happy sounds. Is that good, Chin Chin? Chin Chin. She likes strawberries. Now we know.
Most chickens do.
They like
Oh,
red
these
things.
smell good.
Chin
What do you
Chin.
think, Jen? We got a lot more strawberries than I thought we were going to. In fact, we have enough that I think I am going to make an angel food cake so that we can have kind of like a strawberry shortcake with angel food cake for dessert tonight. It's nothing special, it's just a box mix, but they are just as good and you don't have to waste all your eggs. But first, I'm gonna get a shower. Olivia cleaned the strawberries for me and we got quite a bit. I am going to add some stevia blend to this. I don't usually sweeten my strawberries, but since we were going to be putting this on cake, I'm going to sweeten them because I want them to start making some juice. That's strawberry, I am so tired. That is stevia blend, so it's got some sugar in it, which should cause the strawberries to release their juices. And the angel food cake I'm going to make is just this, super easy. I already have the oven set for 350. I moved the rack down. I'm going to go ahead and do it according to the directions and bake it. I'll show you a picture of our yummy strawberry shortcake with our dinner tonight. While that cake is in the oven, I had one other thing I wanted to get done today, and that's do some stuff here on my front porch. I went ahead and just pulled the 2 kale plants, sorry, my brain is not working very fast today, out of here this morning because they were about done. And I'm just going to go ahead and in this planter, I'm going to plant the sunflowers that I started last week or a couple weeks ago. I had a terrible germination rate. I only got 4 plants out of all of them that I planted, and so I'm not even going to bother planting them in the garden. I'm just going to put them in this planter and see what they do. They're falling apart real bad because, like I said, we had a ton of rain last night. So let me get these in the ground, or in the soil, I should say. And I figure if they do something, they do something. If they don't, they don't. See, like this one, I don't think it's gonna make it because it's broken. Yep, it's not gonna make it. Scott's doing something in his garage if you hear that noise. Well, I guess I only have two sunflowers because the other ones died on, broke. They broke. So that's that. But I do see in this one, it looks like one of those spaghetti squash are finally starting to germinate. So I guess I'll leave this one out, this tray out here, because these three right here are this spaghetti squash. I have not seen one single Baltimore Oriole come to that feeder at all. But I have seen several hummingbirds come to these feeders over here. Air conditioner's on. Sorry for the noise. So I'm going to go ahead and refill these feeders because they need fresh, whatever you call it, nectar. That's the word. I'm telling you, words are not coming to me today. Yeah, so I'm going to fill those on. I don't know about that. I might leave it for a little bit longer and then try again next year, earlier in the season. Before I fill those feeders, I wanted to let you know I had a little visitor on my deck here last night. This fat little squirrel was up here and he was getting into my pots. It looked like he was digging around in my mint here, but I don't see any evidence of it now. He was up here just digging around, and I got a picture of him. I wasn't able to get any video, but I did get a picture of him, and I will insert that here. I think squirrels are so adorable. Some people think they're pests, but I love them. So he's welcome to come to my deck anytime. My friend Cindy, who is also a subscriber, messaged me and said she looked up Oriole food, because I had said when I made this up I wasn't sure how to make homemade Oriole food. She looked it up, and it's basically the same exact thing as hummingbird food. They just market it orange as a gimmick. So I already had this made up in the refrigerator from that mix, and so I'm just going to use that to fill my hummingbird feeders, because I know they're coming to the feeders, and I don't think that there's going to be any Orioles this year. All right, it's time to do evening chores. Looks like they're all already in, but I'm going to go out and make sure there's none out there. Close up the door. Oh, you guys got wood chips in your water. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Shoo, 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 shoo. Don't go outside, though. Alright, I have to get the broom. Get them away from the door. Shoot, shoot. I don't think there are any out here. But I will make a real quick perusal. I don't leave any out here. Yeah. We opened up the 2 pens so they'll have a nice big yard as soon as they realize it's fun to be outside. Alright, tomorrow I might have to just force them out, although I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so. Let's just put one up on the Travis is bringing in feed for me. And you might have to move that fan out of the way. Kind of dark in here. And You don't really need this heat lamp anymore, but it gets down in the 50s at night, so I've been turning it on anyway. All right, night-night, chickies. See you guys in the morning. And I'm going to go ahead and close up this vlog here. Thank you so much for spending the day with me. Kind of a busy day for a lot of little piddly things, trying to get little piddly things done. And for me not feeling my best today, took the day kind of slow. But thanks for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. And we'll talk to y'all later. Good night, friends.